The mermaid tied to a tree lifted her hand weakly towards Amara, tears dropping from her eyes. "Please, help me. They will kill me and my baby," the mermaid pleaded in a soft, shaking voice. Amara stepped back in fear. Her body was shaking, and she wanted to run away, but the mermaid's sad eyes were calling her. Amara was a poor woman in the village. She lived in a small mud house with a leaking roof. She did not have much money, and she was always looking for ways to feed herself and her 2 children. Her husband died many years ago, and since then she had been alone in her struggles. One early morning before sunrise, Amara carried her clay pot and went to fetch water from the river near the village. The birds were just starting to sing, and the cold breeze touched her skin as she walked on the narrow footpath. Amara liked to go to the river very early because there would be no crowd, and she needed to return home early to prepare some cassava for her children before they woke up. When she got to the river, she filled her pot with clean, cool water and carefully lifted it onto her head. The water was heavy, but Amara was used to carrying heavy loads on her head. She started walking back home, but she decided to take the back road because it was shorter, and she wanted to reach home before the sun rose fully. As she was walking through the back bush path, she saw 3 hunters standing under a mango tree. They were talking and laughing, holding their guns and wearing their hunting bags. Amara greeted them politely. "Good morning, hunters." The hunters answered her, but they did not look at her face, and their voices were cold. They were too busy talking to each other and laughing. Amara continued walking slowly, and as she moved, she heard one of the hunters saying, "Ah, we are rich now. I still can't believe we caught the pregnant mermaid near the river, and we will get double money for this one." Another hunter laughed and said, "Yes, they say if a mermaid is pregnant, the power inside her and the baby will give us plenty money. We will sell them to the big man in the city." Amara's heart started beating fast. She did not understand what they were talking about. Pregnant mermaid? Double money? Sell to the big man? She thought, as she carried the heavy pot on her head. She walked away quickly, but her mind was troubled. She kept wondering, is it true that there is a mermaid near our river? Is it true that she is pregnant? Are they really going to sell her? As she moved closer to her small pathway that led home, she decided to pass through the small bush behind the big trees so she could avoid the hunters. But as she walked, she heard a soft crying sound coming from behind a big bamboo tree. Amara stopped. She placed her pot gently on the ground and listened carefully. "Help! Help me!" she heard a weak voice. Amara was afraid. Her legs were shaking and her heart was beating fast. She looked around to see if someone was there, but she could not see anyone. Then she slowly walked closer to the bamboo tree, and what she saw shocked her. There, tied to the tree with a strong rope, was a beautiful woman with long wet hair and shining skin. Her eyes were filled with tears, and she looked very weak and tired. Her stomach was very big, and it was clear that she was pregnant. Amara looked down and saw something that made her freeze. Instead of legs, the woman had a long silver fishtail, and it was tied with rope, making her unable to move. Amara opened her mouth, but no words came out. She was staring at a pregnant mermaid in the bush near the village river. The mermaid lifted her hand weakly towards Amara, tears dropping from her eyes. "Please, help me. They will kill me and my baby." the mermaid pleaded in a soft, shaking voice. Amara stepped back in fear. Her body was shaking, and she wanted to run away, but the mermaid's sad eyes were calling her. She had never seen a mermaid before, and she had heard stories in the village about mermaids who take people's souls and about how dangerous they were. But the mermaid in front of her did not look dangerous. She looked helpless and scared, like a woman who needed help. Amara looked around quickly and saw no one. She took a step closer to the mermaid, her heart beating fast. "Please, help me. They will come back to take me away. I don't want to die," the mermaid said again, her hand still stretched towards Amara. Amara bent down slowly and whispered, "Are you really a mermaid?" The mermaid nodded, tears falling from her eyes. "Yes, and I am pregnant. They caught me when I came to the river at midnight.